So yeah, let's just start with the most powerful technique. Right. It's an abbreviation. It stands for relevant, indicator, gravity, height, and time. Jim Quick and the founder of this model, Dr. Jeff Spencer, explain it in their podcast. So definitely, I highly recommend listening to that podcast. It's 20 minutes or so, 20 minutes of your time that will teach you how to select the goals that are right for you. Again, personal growth is all about you becoming you. So how to select the goals that are you. Jeff Spencer explains this methodology and how he applies this to CEOs, Olympians. He was an Olympian himself, celebrities, actors, etc. It teaches people a North Star, or it gives people a North Star, something that pulls them up when they get smacked down. And not even getting smacked down is that hard anymore if you know that your end star or your North Star is always there to pick you up. So you can learn this yourself as well. It is basically the end of the ladder, so to say, which we discussed in previous chapter. It's the end that helps you. It's sort of the North Star that while you climb your ladder out of the darkness, so to say, or when you move, it's either envision a North Star by the end of the ladder, or envision your inner shining core, because in the end personal growth is not a journey upwards, it's a journey inwards. So perhaps it's better to use the example of you unveiling the layer, getting more and more towards you. This is the technique on how to do it. Yep. So once again, listen to the podcast, and I'm going to apply this on my own goals for now to show you how I use it. But you can skip this if you're not interested, and then join the podcast once again. So this is last. So relevant. This is the world is bigger than just you. This is the infinite game, as discussed from previous video as well. And this is picking the goals that you really want to do, so that you really feel like hell yeah, but that you know will be better to others as well. This is called the selfless service. You help others, and you're therefore also helping yourself. Yeah, this is relevant. If you have your goal, is it relevant? And to be honest, I'm not sure if my motor driving license or jiu-jitsu or tennis will fit this indicator. So at the moment, I am mainly focusing on setting up this personal growth program, making these videos, and those are really gravitating. They are really pulling me in. So I'm doing this sort of half-hearted. So do as I say, not as I do. I'm not entirely sure if they will survive eventually my right goal. They do, however, balance me out. So this is how I justify them at the moment to myself. Because jiu-jitsu makes me humble. It allows me to have an escape for all my aggressiveness. Tennis helps me locating ball-eye movement, so it's very good for the brains. It helps me move, it cleans up the mind, so to say. When the body starts moving, the brain starts grooving. So for me, it's combining, and motor driving is, by the way, getting into the flow, getting into places where I could not get with cars. So I'm going to buy never mind, not diving in too deep, but they support my main goal. And the main goal is for me awakening titans, and I will show you why and how in next chapter. But for now, I tie these sub-goals to my main goal. My main goal has to be right. So relevant for me, awakening titans, helping other people living their full life is what drives me. That when I feel down, I don't give a shit about feeling down. I know that I am doing that so I can help others better. It helps me so much in when I don't want to eat sugar, or when I have to avoid alcohol, or when I don't want to train, I have to train. Do you think I'd like to be getting choked at 5:30 in the morning by some sweaty guys? I don't. I honestly don't. I do that to be a better version of me so I can help others more, as well as myself. And as mentioned, I start to like, not the choking part, but as I grow, I'm getting less and less choked. But so far, it has been mainly me getting choked on a sweaty mat. It's I'm starting to like it, actually. Okay, so when you found something that's relevant, perhaps you can skip these letters and you can also do other letters first if you don't know a relevant goal yet. So create an indicator, make it measurable, make it smart hard. I will show in the next chapters how to do that, but you want to tie in a date, so to say, or you want to make something that you can measure. So for me, that would be a motor driving, would be the license, so to say, or it would be buying the motor or planning the vacation trip or something tangible that you can actually check off the list. Being a motor driver is a state of being, and then these would be the output, so to say. Yeah, the indicators. Clear indicators, because in the end, as the Joker stated, we are just dogs running after cars. We wouldn't even know what to do with the car once we get it. But the fact that we can run after a car gives so much more clarity. So for me, for example, finishing these videos before next Sunday is a goal, and it pushes me and it creates so much clarity that I don't deviate. So hence the videos. You can also create your own deadline, so to say, but more about that technique later in productivity. So gravity, it's in the middle. It's also, in my opinion, the one that recognizes the most, like, okay, this is game on, this is the right goal. As mentioned in previous video, it is the goal that pulls you in. It is the goal that gives you the feeling like, hey, this particular goal selected me. This is the one goal that only I have, nobody else has this. And for me, for example, is the Awakening Titans. I do this via open source education, and I'm using decentralized or a blockchain technology in order to do that. So I have a vision of free lifelong learning for everybody, where education actually changes in a community learning environment where you get paid to learn. So instead of having to pay for learning, it is getting paid for them. The nitty-gritty I will skip, but that's, in my opinion, something that's quite unique, that is breeding me. So I am pretty sure I'm the only one with that goal. So I feel that goal selected, it actually feels like, hey, this goal has been laid on my path for me and me alone. So try to aim for that. Gravity, it's pulling you in. It's all you want to do. And this is hard, by the way. You have to combine it with other goals. I did not mention my family here. Of course, it's like a big part of my life. But you have to find your own balance. Like, hey, this is family time, and now I'm building towards this goal time, so to say. So, but that's for later. The height, it has to be a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Building an open source learning system that has never been done might be a bit far out of my scope already. So I made smaller goals, smaller rungs on the ladder, smaller steps to eventually get there. Small steps outside of my comfort zone. And I already know that after these videos, which still feel very uncomfortable, I want to make animated clips about this. So what I will do is make a transcript out of these videos, rewrite the narrative so I won't be blabbing all the time, and then make a very cool, powerful, short, but very fascinating animation out of it. Because I think that improves your learning process as well as my learning process. And I think it's the higher form of value than just these videos. So I already know my next step. What comes after that, I have no idea. But I trust that when I am there, I will see from there. As Napoleon mentioned, climb up the hill as far as you can go. Then when you're on top of the hill, you will see further away. So aim high, but not too high. Balance it. Yeah, but or I wouldn't say, yeah, aim as far as you can. Aim as far as you can, but keep your steps close. Keep your steps small and simple. So the height should be very high. Again, Bruce Lee pointing to the moon. Watch at your finger as well as at the moon. So be present, your finger, you, but you need the direction. If you miss the moon, you still twin stars. And then eventually time. Is this the right time for me to do right now? So is it for me the right time to increase or to do the motor license, etc. To be yes, in this case, I did postpone the Jiu-Jitsu I first had to get up my tennis game. So then I reached a certain level with tennis. Then I said like, okay, now I can dial down on the tennis. I know how to hit a ball or two. So I'm upping my game in Jiu-Jitsu. Well, in this case, motor driving license. Then when I get my license and I don't have these obligatory classes anymore, I will up my game in Jiu-Jitsu. And that's how I select my goals. So think about the moment, plotting the timeline. When are you going to do it? The things you do. Then, when you have this, when you have your goals, it's all about goals mixing with focus. So, GOCUS, as they call it in the clip, it's rather about the right goal than the smart goal. So, it's all about this G, this gravity. Is it pulling you in, so to say? It is time, though, to have honest self-reflection. It's not the time to beating around the bushes. This is the moment. This is the moment that you're going to select your goals and that you're going to commit. Lock it in, so to say. It's a technique where you announce your goal to as many people as you can, to tie as much pain to it when you fail. So you definitely do not want to fail. So, for example, if you scream out loud to everybody, I'm going to run a marathon next year. If I don't run it, I'm going to donate money to a foundation I really dislike. Or I will share my progress on social media. Or I will make an appointment with other people. Whatever. Think of reasons that if you're not going to run the marathon, or in other words, it must hurt more that you're going to fail on the marathon than that the training hurts. The training will hurt, but the not reaching your goal should hurt more. Then you lock it in, and bam, there you got your focus. Because now you have to start running before this, otherwise you won't reach the marathon. You have to book your tickets. You have to, if you're going to run it in some distant place, whatever. You can run it in your own yard, for that matter, up before. But you're going to have to into this action mode. So what are you going to need to do in order to reach your goal? Focus, goals and focus. Give it your all. So remember, you can do anything, but you can become anything, or you are anything, but you can't do everything. Okay, so prevent stress, prevent overload, select your right goal. Then pick your priority and with a laser focus, give your all. Give your body, mind, heart, soul. Half-hearted attempts give half-hearted results. So give your bloody everything. That's like the main gist. If you combine clarity with discipline, with this mindset, you can become, or you can do, or you can have anything you want. That's the main gist of this model. Very powerful. Let's zoom a little bit in on how to make it more measurable with smart hard tech. That, however, in next subchapter. See you there.